For someone born and raised in Fresno, California, I've always been curious about this whimsical landmark of ours. And I would say it's Fresno's biggest tourist attraction. Well, maybe after the big Fresno Fair and the Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Whimsical little landmark nonetheless. And despite living here for years, I've never been. So let's go, let's get started, let's check out the underground gardens. Now before they let us in, the forestry does have a few rules, such as no audio or video recording. Pictures are okay, but no audio and no video. Now listen, I might show you a little no video, in my video, but it's only because I had the most darling, charming group of people, and I'd be darned, said that twice, not to show them off in this video. So don't do as I do, don't do as I do, be better than me. At all times, be better than me. Now I think they should rename this place from Underground Gardens to Underground Castle, because this guy right here, Baldassare, was on some Hayao Miyazaki shit. He was thinking about sunrooms, underground restaurant, underground hotel, underground spas. Baldassare, his story is unique, singularly his, and inspiring. I'm not going to tell you here his whole entire story because hopefully you come out and check out our town. Now, I am one of those people that believes that if you take a tour anywhere, whether it's a museum, whether it's a historical landmark, or even a movie set, your tour is only going to be as good as your tour guide. We had the lovely Kay, and she was awesome. And it's only going to be as good as the people who are with you on the tour. Let me talk about these people. When we first began the tour guide asked us where we're all from. I thought this was a silly question because anybody who's coming to the Underground Gardens in Fresno must be from Fresno. In fact, not. This whole family of four, all related in somehow in some way, were from San Antonio and Bakersfield, California. Shout out to Bakersfield. Shout out to San Antonio, Texas. I was the last person to say where I was from, and I was like, oh, I'm from Fresno, not related. And literally the guy from the group turned around and was like, well, you're family now. They were very sweet and very lovely people, and I hope you guys made it home safe. What our tour guide was able to do well was to keep us engaged and connected, not only with the story of Baldassare and his legacy, but also with each other. She was really good at giving us time to explore and also giving us time to just make a joke or ask our questions, or even if we were talking with each other, giving us the time to do that. I think overall though, her enthusiasm for the life of Baldassare was so evident, and I almost felt like I can't not think this guy is cool because this girl is so cool. I do have two qualms though before we leave. The first qualm is this. I understand that there is no video recordings and audio recordings, but I think as a courtesy, you should explain why. Videos are just a way that you can capture what you saw and share with other people that a picture can't. So I do think an explanation, although not necessary, like they don't have to, but it would be nice. I also think that residents from Fresno should get a discount on Fresno attractions, such as the Underground Gardens, the Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and even the ice rink. Even Disneyland does that. Another qualm that I had was the traffic. A lot of construction is going on right now for the high-speed rail that's coming to California, if it comes to California, but a lot of construction is going on right now, and honestly, the surroundings of the garden are actually not really, it's just not the best look of Fresno. Fresno can be really pretty sometimes. Check out Woodward Park. But also Fresno can be so brown and dusty and ugly, and it's unfortunate that the Underground Gardens are located where it was. It makes sense for Baldassare and his story because that's where the most farmland is, and there is a lot of land in that area. But unfortunately, all the constructions and just the ugliness of where it is located in town, unfortunately, it just really takes off a couple of points of this being a great attraction. Now, I think once you're inside actually in the cave, it's beautiful. I even think the outside of what they were able to do with the entrance, also very beautiful. Now, was it worth the trip out there? Is this actually something that I would encourage people to go out and check out? The answer is yes, but understand that maybe you should pair it with going to the zoo early in the morning where it's like really cool out, and then going to the Underground Gardens, maybe taking the last tour at 3, and then having a cool down, and then after that there's an In-N-Out across the street. But I kind of think that you should go to Ampersand's and try some ice cream here. Ampersand's is a local ice cream shop and they have really great flavors. Try honeycomb. Another qualm that I had was at the very end of the tour. I'm gonna talk about this. At the very end of the tour, you're taken into a ballroom, a very beautiful ballroom, and there's mementos and posters, you know, of Baldasare's life and about the people who are now in charge of the garden. And I felt like music should have been playing. I know this is a small little detail that I feel like is lacking, but the way you end something is just as important as the start and the middle attraction. The way you end to really stamp the legacy of this man. And you're in these caves where there's no music or sound at all, as something that you might expect in a cave. To come out with music to that time period might be really interesting. But it's too bad that they don't have a little thing at the end in this beautiful ballroom. And it's just kind of sad to see a ballroom with no music. Hey, thanks for sticking around and hanging out. It means a lot to me. If you like the content of this video, then consider giving this video a like, subscribe, comment below if you've ever been to the underground gardens, and I'll catch you in the next one. So long, Hotman. Oh, and they had a really great gift shop. I want to make sure I put that in because they had a really cute gift shop. It's right next to the ballroom, so if you wanted to stick around, you could. But yeah.